Howdy ho, Andrew here. Welcome to the Onion Buns and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Oilers. Oilers versus Capitals, game 53, January 24th, 2026. So the pre-show. So the lines appear to be the same as they ended last game. I'm not sure that's a good thing. Mangiapane is up with Leon and Podkolzin. The worst third line that I can remember remains the same with Howard, Rosevich, and Savoy. Frederick slides to the fourth line with Lazar and Janmark. Ingram gets a start. So let's get the big three concerns out of the way. 1. Washington plays a very heavy game, and that is absolutely the worst matchup for our small and soft team. 2. Capitals are a very good 5-on-5 team. Oilers are one of the worst 5-on-5 teams this year. So unless we get a lot of power plays, which amazingly we did, the whole team will need to massively up their 5-on-5 play. 3, we absolutely cannot sit back and let the Capitals set the pace and the style of the game. We need this team to be ready to play at puck drop. We absolutely cannot play only 20 minutes, as we've been seeing again recently. We need a 60-minute effort. So the upside, Leon should be ready to play. Last game, you could see he was lagging. And that makes sense. You know, he was in Germany, he took the flight home, he got home in time to get changed and come to the rink. And, you know, I honestly probably shouldn't have played the Pittsburgh game, but we were short a man, and pretty clear now Knobloch does not want to use Regula anymore, so Leon got in. McDavid has had 2 poor games in a row. I don't think I can remember him ever going 3 bad games in a row. So I expect more from him tonight. And while I hate to challenge them, Bouchard specifically and Ekholm can't be as bad as they were against Pittsburgh. I expect a bounce back game for them, or at least I hope so. My biggest worry is our third line. Howard and Savoy have developed a reputation of disappearing versus heavy teams. Maybe they can disprove that tonight. I hope so. But until they do, I don't have high hopes. It's really about the Oilers, about what Oilers team shows up tonight. They have the skill. They do not have the grit. So let's cross the fingers. Oilers can dictate the play and make this a skill game. All right, period 1. Oilers penalty at 16:46. Podkolzin for holding. Well, now I understand why the Capitals are bottom of the league in power plays. That was ugly. 0 shots on net for the full 2 minutes by the Capitals on their power play. Howard breakaway, but the Washington goalie stones him dead. But it was a nice breakaway by him. At 10:40 played in the first, shots on goal are 0-3 for the Oilers. So much for my hopes that they were going to be ready to play at puck drop. These two teams not setting the world on fire so far. Oilers goal at 47.4 seconds. Bouchard from Ekholm and Hyman. Hyman wins a puck battle down low, sends the puck to Ekholm, who passes to Bouchard, who snipes top left corner, bar and in. 1-0 Oilers. Capitals goal, 25.2 seconds. Ingram makes the first save, but doesn't control the rebound and puts it in front of the Capital player, who simply bangs it in. 1-1. And I talked about this the other day. Ingram does not control, or Jari for that matter, do not control the rebounds as well as Skinner did, but they both puck handle better than Skinner did. So, you know, you give and take on them. End of the first. Shots on goal are 9-2 for the Oilers, but the score is 1-1. Well, it picked up in the final 4 minutes, but overall a fairly sluggish period for both teams. Hopefully things pick up in the second. Second period. Oilers penalty at 18:30. Leon for interference. Oilers goal at 15:47. Bouchard from Leon. Leon to Bouchard, who shoots through a screen by Hyman. 2-1 for the Oilers. So I got to jump in here. My recap may be missing the third assist some of the time because Sportsnet was having one of those nights where, well, they weren't even counting shots for the first 12 minutes of the game. And then I don't think I saw them, you know, like when you're watching the game and it comes up, goal by so-and-so, and then the next screen is an assist. I don't think I saw that all game by Sportsnet. Like, whoever their technician was today wasn't doing his job. So I was trying to tell who was getting the assists on the replays, and sometimes they just start those replays too late, so I may have missed some assists. All right, Caps penalty at 15:24, tripping. Capitals goal at 13:10. Cap player comes down, looks off, and beats Ingram clean. 2-2. Caps goal at 5:31. It was 5-hole. There was no screen. It did redirect off of Stastny, but that was a good 5-6 feet out. So Ingram just wasn't good tonight. There's just no other way to put it. 3-2 for the Caps, and Ingram is pulled and Jari is brought into the net at that point. Like I said, Ingram was not good. Caps penalty at 3:49. Too many men. Nothing comes of that. Caps penalty at 1:03, slashing. And that was the end of the second. Shots on goal are 22-15 for the Oilers, but the score is 3-2 for the Capitals. Third period. 1 minute remaining on the Oiler power play to start the third period. Caps penalty at 19:06, high sticking. So it's a 5-on-3 for 3 seconds. Nothing comes of that. Then Oilers penalty at 16:02. Lazar, 4-minute minor for high sticking. And then Wilson takes the dumbest penalty. Capitals penalty at 16 minutes, so 2 seconds after the Lazar penalty, for interference. It was a face-off, and he tripped McDavid. They could have called it interference. They could have called it tripping. It was a dumb penalty by him. Oilers goal at 15:30. Bouchard from McDavid and Leon. Leon drops to McDavid, who passes to Bouchard, who risks top right corner. And that's the hat trick for Evan Bouchard. Score is 3-3. Capitals goal at 13:20. Point shot through 4 screens, 4-3 for the Capitals. Can't really blame Jari. There was 2 Oilers and 2 Capitals in front of him. I'm not sure he ever saw the puck. Caps penalty at 12:14, hooking. Oilers goal at 11:36. McDavid from Bouchard. Bouchard drops to McDavid, who goes wide and zings it home. 4-4. Oops. Rosevich blows a wheel that leads to a Caps breakaway. Rosevich and Savoy skate hard to bother the Cap player, who rings the crossbar. Oilers penalty at 6:57, Emberson for holding. Nothing comes of that, but then just after the penalty ended, Capitals goal at 5:51. McMichaels whacks away, and he got like 3 whacks at it until he scores. 5-4 Capitals. Oilers pull Jari at 2:18 left in the third period. 6-on-5 for the Oilers. Oilers goal at 31.7 seconds. Hyman from McDavid and Bouchard. It was as soon as they pulled Jari, it was literally a shooter's gallery until the goal. And then Hyman taps in a McDavid centering pass. 5-5. And that was the end of the third. Shots on goal are 38-26 for the Oilers, but the score is 5-5. We are going to overtime. And in overtime, Oilers goal at 4:13, McDavid from Bouchard. I think Leon might have gotten the assist on this too, but like I said, Sportsnet wasn't putting it up on the screen, and they started the replays too late that you just never saw if Leon got that touch in. So if you're doing this for pools, go look at the paper or something. Anyway, Oilers win 6-5 in OT. Shots on goal are 39-26 Oilers. So first off, I throw a lot of shade at Evan Bouchard for his limited defensive play, and that's never going to change until he gets better at defense. But I also believe when someone steps up, you reward him. Bouchard had a career game tonight with 3 goals and 3 assists and 8 shots on net, and it was his 400th career game. Amazing offensive display by Evan Bouchard tonight. So may as well do the 3 stars. Number 1, obviously, is Evan Bouchard. 3 goals, 3 assists, and his 400th career game. Second star is McDavid. 2 goals, 3 assists. And the third star is Leon Draisaitl, 3 assists. Slugs, the only one I could come up with is both Oiler goalies sub 900, but Ingram especially looked shaky tonight. So regarding the game, what the hell was Washington thinking giving the Oilers that many power plays? I would have bet real money there was no way they would have done that. Made for an interesting period 2 and 3 and an OT, but it was absolutely not the game I was expecting. But I said at the start, I've never seen McDavid have 3 bad games in a row, and I still haven't. I thought Leon would be better after 2 full sleeps at home, and he was. And I was hoping Bouchard and Ekholm would not repeat their Pittsburgh performance. And they did a complete 180. It was night and day from what they gave us against Pittsburgh. Yes, 5 goals against, and it took some last-minute heroics, but take the win. Oilers are now 26-19-8. Next game is Monday, January 26, 2026, versus the Anaheim Ducks at 6:30 p.m. Mountain on Amazon Prime. Keep that in mind. And that's the recap for today. If you like this video, leave a like, a subscribe, and a share. I'm trying to grow my channel, and a like, a subscribe, and a share does me wonders, and I do appreciate it. It takes 1 second to subscribe, costs you absolutely nothing, helps me immensely. Just hit the subscribe button on the bottom of the screen. If you're watching this on Rumble, please follow my channel. Always feel free to leave a comment. I encourage everybody to leave a comment. Not only does it get us interacting, but it really does help me with the YouTube algorithm and getting more eyes on my videos. And as always, pew 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 and shit. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.